This is the 6th video in my Vivid Stasis series. Go watch the other ones first if you haven't already. This is another puzzle video, which means the meter is back. Where's the needle? You know what, I'm not dealing with this, I'm just gonna outsource the needles. Let's see, Saba was pretty helpful in the last puzzle video. I'll get them on the line. Hello, Saba, you helped?
はい、はじめまして、沢石です。
Wait, you're Japanese? Hold on, weren't you typing in English?
日本人だけどなんか問題でもあんの？
I think you understand me at least.
いや、こっちの質問に答えてくれる？先に。
Gonna pretend you agreed. I need a needle for this meter and want you to send an image for it. Anything will do.
まあ、もうどうでもいいけどさ。これってどうよ？
What? How did you put that there?
ハッキング。
Well, arigato gozaimasu?
とりあえず全日本人に反省してくれる？
Alright, now say bye to the camera!
いや、だからまず反省したら挨拶するよ。ねえ、聞いてる？だから、おい、こっちの話聞いてんのか？
Okay, bye!
だからぶん殴るぞ、こら、おい！
It's puzzle time, baby. Oh, God. Oh, good lord. Okay, wait, we have just shapes now. Great. Oh, God. Alright, welcome back, Cheryl Stelly's evil fish up puzzles. Alright, you know what? I'm turning song requests back on. I'll see you in 12 days. I have a feeling that this one's gonna take a little bit longer than the other one. Mod Watcher skip 10 streams. Of our two puzzles, we have this. Its simplicity could be, problematic. And this one, which has so fucking much going on that I can't comprehend it right about now. Now that I'm zen after washing my hands and enjoying a nice trip to the bathroom. We are ready to start this puzzle. So, honestly, this one being so simple is scary to me. So we have triangles, squares, pentagons, and hexagons. And a plus sign. One random plus sign. I feel like I know this song. L's theme. So there are red shapes and blue shapes. We don't know what that means. Or if it means anything, it probably means something. So there are fewer blue shapes than red shapes. The first thing I looked for was to see if the blue shapes was one of each type of shape. This is not true. There's only one, each shape only has one blue shape except for triangles. So that tells me that that's likely not the direction I need to be thinking. There was once again just a gas leak. The other thing to notate is that they are divided into 4 different sections. This will come out with 4 characters, maybe? The first puzzle where we had shapes involved the number of sides they had. I wouldn't be surprised if they reused the same trick in some way here. So if we go with number of sides, in our first one, 22 in red, 3 sides in blue, 26 red, and then 6 blue, 13 red, 12 blue, 30 red, that'd be 12 blue. I mean, my first thought is, well, now I have numbers. If it was addition or subtraction, my assumption would be blue is subtraction because there's fewer blue than red in every single box. 19, 20, 1, 18. That's what our totals would end up as. There's a pattern here. I don't remember the word for this pattern. 3 times 2 is 6, 6 times 2 is 12. I'll just leave it at that. I'll put it that simply. That times 2 is 12. And that pattern stops here. So I'm going to imagine that pattern doesn't mean much. If it would be 4 separate characters, then this would be quite long and take up most of what I'm able to type. Considering I know nothing about the second puzzle, I'm going to say that this is not solved like this at all. This is not even close to solved. The other big one is that this last box is clearly the odd one out. Wait, 18, 19, 20, and then just 1. That's the other odd one out, is the third box. It is the largest number of blue characters, or blue shapes. I'm gonna be here for the next 3 hours, man. It's a good thing I don't have work tonight. It's a good thing that I don't have to go to my job tonight, because this is going to be strictly more difficult than anything I could be doing at work. If the plus sign were to mean anything as a symbol, I mean, it would just be addition. It's a medical symbol. It's letting you know that this one's going to give you a terminal illness. This puzzle's gonna give you an illness. Okay, I've noticed that pattern 3 times now, where it feels like the puzzle is guiding me in a certain direction by having an odd one out. The first one was the shapes thing. The second one would have been the plus sign, and the third one is this one. Is this one right here? Oh, and there's also this. There's also this. So those are like the patterns I've noticed, but they're not. They have exactly one inconsistency. That makes me think that it can't be that case. I want to keep pushing this puzzle forward, but without any new like ideas being thrown out, I'm kind of left to dry right here. Actually, how many characters do I have? I get 11 characters. The good news is about this one, there's a lot going on. which means there's a lot that I can decipher. This looks like another math question. So we once again have the clock, but let's just go down the line. So here we are with that. The other thing is we have a number line. The only information I can really decipher from this, these numbers are in ascending order. Like, that is their ascending order. I don't know what they are. And also, apparently, 5 guys equals a car. The guys under the number line are specifically placed between each cut. So maybe they're not in ascending order. Maybe what they're saying is that combination of those 2 characters is equal to those things. At the very top left one, and there's like boxes up there. There's like a man, an exclamation point, and a pound symbol. The exclamation point to the pound would mean that there's 25 guys there. So if there's a car, maybe it's that times 5? Exclamation to dollar would be the full thing. 35 times 5, that's a lot. I took out a calculator for that one. I'm not gonna pretend that I did that math in my head. The next section has car, exclamation at, plus car, exclamation at, in parentheses. So that will happen first, whatever's going on in there. It's exclamation at, it's just 10. So that'd be 100 in here, or 50 plus 50. First thought is the clock, of course, but the problem with that is the zeros. There's only one number on a clock that has a 0, and it is 10. So like this 100 over here, if I were to just swap out like individual numbers with like their corresponding letter, is by the time I'd reach this one with the math I did, yeah, I could do 10. I could do that for the 100, but I can't do anything with the extra 0. So there's either something wrong with the like numbers I've created, or I'm not finished using them yet. Judging from the way this has been working, I feel like the way I'm using the number line is right. I wanted to get all the numbers out so I could get an idea of what I'm actually working with here. So I guess the first thing of note, every number will be divisible by 5. I mean, for the guys on the number line, you have 10, 15, and 10. Those are all divisible by 5, and no matter how you add or subtract them with one another. Gong, 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 gong. So like, I'm going backwards in my math right now, and it's making me think, well, if the math I'm doing is only going to get me divisions of 5, then that would mean pretty much every number on this clock, every like corresponding letter from here, all of these, only 10 and 5 would be usable. No, that's wrong. I would see 10, 5, 2, and 7. Those are the numbers I would be able to see. So something in my math is wrong. Hubert did mention it. 5 guys is 1 car. That's where my first thought was going, was I'm doing something wrong with the cars. Another thing to note with these these divided areas, only 3 of them actually have people on them. So if I finish up the cars, I've ruined the whole dang thing. 5 guys in 1 car in this economy? Listen, man, you can put a lot of guys in a clown car. How are the symbols really being like added together? So this very first box in the top left, this one has exclamation and pound. These 2 have another symbol in the middle of it. That is the @ sign. So in the number line, you have 10 and 15. The other thing of note is that the symbol is there for the people. Would exclamation point pound mean this little guy does that mean man 25? Does that mean guy 25? Is it just concatenation? Does it mean guy 10, guy 15? These are like my 3 ideas outside of just converting them straight into numbers. Because converting them straight into numbers, whatever I did with that didn't seem to work. This is most likely the right one. Since I already tried just 25, right? That was my other option, and that seemed to not really work out. 5 guys is equal to 1 car, which could be read in 2 ways. One, literally as it is drawn. It could be read as something like this. Or if you really wanted, you could swap these 2. I want to ask you this. If 5 guys is 1 car, how many cars 10 guys? Fish you, Hubert. See, that would simply mean 2 car. Okay, so is it back? So is it like that? That might be where I was going. So for one, lay off, man. Lay off. I'm not stuck yet. I'm not stuck. I've still got ideas going through my head. Give me a little bit. Give me a little bit to cook. I mean, like we can just solve for the man here, right? Guy equals R over 5. As Hubert put it, 1 car. How many cars 10 guys is a good way to put it. So I think my problem is the first time I may have been trying to convert the cars to guys. This first one is 25 guys. That would just be 5. So exclamation dollar will give us 35 men, right? If every 5 guys is equal to a car, we have 35 guys. That's just 35 over 5. That'd be 7. Okay, see, now we're getting more numbers on the clock. So this makes me think that this is the right direction. 2 plus, and then it's the same thing. Also known as 4. Also known to the less educated. 4. Am I thinking about this wrong? I might be thinking about this wrong. So these are already in car. You're saying 4 guys is 1 car now. Fish you. These 2, I was actually converting men into car. These 2, I think I did right. This one, I think I did wrong. So if that's simply equal to 25 guys, am I losing my fucking mind? This isn't guy math. Let's not try to do all this in my head. Let's write it out, because apparently I'm too stupid to understand simple math concepts. So this is 25 and guy. As soon as you graduate, math becomes the devil. That happens to everyone. Okay, I feel like I should note this. In college, I didn't have to do any math. I had to do like 0 math in college, and that's because I did it all in high school. It's been like 4 fucking years since I've had to think about math rules. The exclamation point to dollar is 35. But we have a car in front of it. Perhaps we convert both. Maybe I was doing it right. Well, no, because then I'd just be dividing everything by 5. That's what I'm thinking right now. So I guess the question is then, just which ones do I divide by 5? Instead of multiplying by 5. Because multiplying was a bad idea. I'm not doing that again. I feel like the wise option is to divide the cars by 5, just because there's more cars. So this would be equal to 7 guys, which means I was right about this 2 plus 2 thing, also known as 4 by the intelligent. These 2 are my odd ones out. These 2 are not numbers that are on the clock. Because I don't really know what to do with this, let's just ignore these 2 for now. I'll use underscores to show that they're being omitted. They're kind of hard to see with that big text box around them. So we have 7. R. So this is what I would get if I did it like that. That almost looks like it spells something. Looking at the letters I have available, maybe I just don't know how to convert them in. Let's say for the fun of it that I'm just going to divide them by 5 too. Why not? That doesn't spell anything. That just almost spells loser. So, I can actually move forward with the assumption that each individual box will create 1 character that I need for the code. Well, it's not super wise to do that because the code could be less than 11 characters long. So if each box is supposed to be 1 character, then what do I do with the men? So I feel like I'm at a similar spot to where I was with the shape puzzle. I have a lot of things laid out in front of me, and I'm like, not noticing something, missing something. Chat's probably laughing right now. They're like, oh, this fucking text. This is so accurate, man. This fucking loser on stream. He's no idea what he's missing. This guy can't solve puzzles. Look at this fucking soggy ass streamer. Look at my soggy streamer. Can't solve a single goddamn puzzle to save his life. Desperately needs to beg us, chat, to save him. The only way to convert back and forth from car to man is by multiplication or division. Division just seems like the wiser option here, because that'll get me more single-digit numbers, or like lower single-digit numbers. There aren't many words I can make with those letters I had, which was a R-O-S-S-E. If I am to just like fill in the blanks from the letters that I have on the clock, that would be, the 2 words I can think of are crossed and crosses. I guess crosser might be a word. I don't know if that's even a word. Those are just like the words that I have available to me with what I made. I feel like for now, I'm not really sure where to go from here. So you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna save a second file. Let's go back to the shape puzzle. My only real new thought on this one is that, well, these are the only that are 1 character. Would be 1131. I guess the other thing would be like 5535. Let's just try one of those, man. Crossed. Crosses. Crosser. Okay, not that. 5535. Okay, something is wrong. That's all I really wanted out of my head. I'm really not sure what else I could do with the shapes. Let's go back to here. With my possible shape solutions I have, these 3 are just straight up off the table. The fun part about solving puzzles is discerning which one was right and which one was wrong. Don't worry, chat. We've only been at this for about an hour. We've only been doing this for an hour. Get whatever these 7 characters make and convert them into single-digit numbers, so I can find them on the clock. I tried one method for that, and while it almost made a word, I didn't get anything else from that. I think I was doing guy math last time. What about car math? Well, to convert from guy to car, I need to multiply by 5, is the thing. Wow, this game really has me thinking to convert from guy to car. This I just had a moment where I realized this game is making me do some shit where I'm saying phrases like, to convert from cars to guys. Fish you, Team Vivid Stasis. Fish you. I did it earlier, but like, let's just get like the raw numbers, like from the number line to the boxes. The only real weird numbers here is 35 and 15. These are the only ones that aren't 25 or 10. And to be fair, that's because most of the character combinations on that number line will create 25 or 10. It's definitely the men in the cars that's fishing with me on this one. These are my 3 featherless bipeds, right here. These numbers.
Fingers in his ass.
God.
Fingers in his ass.
Oh, this is not the time! Not the time for Kanye West like fingers in his ass.
Big fingers in his ass.
The other thing I'm thinking about, good old order of operations. Good old order of operations. Is it not odd that these are already separated into different boxes, right? These are all separated into different boxes, but 3 of them still have parentheses. I mean, and like if they're already separated, then the parentheses are negligible. Ah! That's what that would do. Let me go backwards. Let me go backwards a bit. So the way I did my math, I got to these numbers, and then I converted all the cars to men by dividing them by 5. Once these become a like just a single like man or a car. So like for example, these 2 added together will make 20 car. But here we have this one, right? This is a man and a car being added in parentheses, which would actually be 25 man, 25 car. At the end of this is I essentially, once I've converted them all into 1 or the next number, so last time I converted them all to men, is I divide all of this by man. But that does actually change how I need to view the parentheses. I was converting the numbers as I was like working with them, right? When they're added together, the parentheses go first. That would be 20 in car divided by 5, also 4. So that doesn't change this number at all. But what it would change is this one. Look like it would be 25 man plus 25 car. You can't reduce that any further. There's like actually just no way to reduce that further. Well, no, you can factor out the 25, actually. You can factor out the 25 and it would just be like man plus car. I think I'm thinking too hard about that part. But just for the sake of things, in essence, I can do that with the other 2. I can factor out 10 here, and I can factor out 5 here. And this would just be car plus car. Is if I think about it that rigidly, in terms of like how I'm using, if I'm treating the man and car as a variable. So if I treat the man and car as a variable, I don't really need to worry about reducing these 2. But I do have to completely change how I do my math, if I do something like that. All of this so I can get the wrong answer. That's the thing. That's the thing, right? Look at all this shit that I'm thinking about right now. And you already know. I don't know, there's like some chat members like kicking and giggling their feet because they know the answer to this question and they know I'm going the wrong direction right now. But it's all I have. It's all I have. So if I treat it that literally, then that would actually add 1 every time the lines. So like if it's like the 10, 15, that would actually add 1 because there's 2 men there as well. It would be 2 man 15, or I guess 17 man. Like the first one, for example, that would actually get me 17 man. Or just like 2 of the symbol. No, I feel like if I think of it like this, then I'm gonna get unsolvable equations. Is what's gonna happen. Let's try it anyway. Whatever. Let's try it anyway. I imagine this will lead me nowhere. Maybe I should stop streaming this game right after I wake up. that's the point I'm reaching. Maybe I should stop streaming this game right after I wake up, huh? Listen, man. You can skip the next 10 streams if you want. All I'm gonna tell you is I'm gonna be done with this by the next hour. I'm gonna be done with this within the hour. So like, who even cares, man? You can talk all the shit you want to VOD watchers. I'm gonna be done by next hour. I guess this creates a problem with this one. This one becomes an issue with that kind of thinking. I should convert them all to the easiest symbol combination to convert them to. My first thought is 2 car, right? Because then all I have to do is multiply this one by 2, this one by 2. I have to do some freak shit with these, and then these 2 remain the same. But this is just like not working. VOD watchers will quote you on that with famous last words. Not if I Google the solution. I either solve it correctly within the hour. I'm praised for my incredible solution. I either don't solve it, and I look it up, and I'm still right, or I don't solve it within the hour, and it doesn't matter because I'm still trying my hardest to complete the puzzle without looking it up. I have no losing here. I have no losing when I make a statement like that. So I was definitely thinking too hard about that. Wait, I just did something that's just like not how math works. I just remembered how math works. Why did I do all of that? Am I fishing stupid? Like, if I had, like, fishing 10x plus 10x, that's just 20x. That's all that is. The other way I realized I was thinking about it is what this actually means is, that's what that actually means. Which I guess would be why I divide these by 5. So that's what I have to divide this by. That'll take the man out. No. Because this is equal to that. This car is equal to 5 guys. Put this in numerical terms, I guess, to make a little more sense. If you have 5 times 5 divided by 5, the top one reduces the 25, right? But you're gonna divide the 5 out anyway. So if they're equal, you can just straight up cut out the 5. Maybe 5 is not the right number to use. Let's use like 8. 8 times 8 is 36, right? 64. 8 times 8 is 64. Wrong number. Sorry, I was thinking 6 times 6. You divide that by 8 and you get fishing 8. That's just how math works. That's just how math works. Look, these would just go away. So that was the right way to get everything into man math. That doesn't actually change the number I have here. At all. I think I'm lost. I think I'm lost in the sauce, I'll be honest. And once again, just like last puzzle, they point me in the right direction. But alas, they do not give me an answer. When you say it's a very funny hint, do you mean it's going to be like, oh, by the way, you're missing one thing. It would be like last time where it's like, oh, by the way, you're missing one thing, and that will actually help you solve the whole fishing puzzle? Or is it like, you might learn nothing from this? Is it one of those hints where I might learn actually nothing? I already solved it. I already solved it. Already solved. Already solved. I already solved it. Already solved. I already solved. I already solved. I already solved it. I already solved it. Already solved it. I already solved it. Already solved. I already solved it. I already solved it. I already solved it. Already solved. Already. I already solved it. I already solved it. I already solved it. Already solved. Already. I already solved it. But in that case, what do those two fucking numbers mean? The ones that I don't have written down, whatever. Because if it was that simple, then what the fish do I do with those numbers? Then what do I do with those numbers? Hold on. I want to go back really quick. There's some very obvious difference from this one to the last one. There's a plus sign in this one. Now that sounds stupid. It might be stupid. That might be stupid, but that is different because the last one just had up down. It did not say L plus R. I don't think I can actually do anything with that. I don't think I can do anything with that, but the letters made by the others was that. That's what I got. The fish am I looking at? Oh, this is my rhythm game. I feel so stupid. I feel so stupid. Maybe I'm just not like trying to brute force the answer enough. Maybe that's all it is. I guess I only did try to brute force the answer once this time. I tried it a lot more with the last one. The only words that this would make would be crossed, crosser, crosses. I don't know of any bros words or dross words. I'm getting exhausted. I'm getting exhausted by this game. Let's look back at this fish. Honestly, the fact that I can get multiple combinations here out of this one already is pretty nuts. I already tried brute forcing these numbers up here with the crosses, with the crosswords. So I'm imagining these aren't it. I'm not surprised to learn that. The two numbers between red and blue on most of these do not actually have a common denominator. Going off my individualized box assumption, these are separate cases. If I try like subtracting, adding sides or whatever, I get something that's larger than one character. I need to get one character out of these bad boys, right? The last shape puzzle we had very much had to do with... Wait, that's why I related those colors. Okay, I'm starting to think I'm going in the right direction again, and then I'm just not finished. The last puzzle, the last shape puzzle, these shapes had red and blue, and then a plus or a minus, based on their color. If I'm not mistaken, all of the blues were minus, all of the reds were plus. This would also be 4. That would give me 4, 4, 0, 4, right? Let's just try to brute force this with my possible numbers. So that's just like another concept out the window. Wait! If this is like the last puzzle, these are all letters in the alphabet. So maybe this makes something. I don't actually know. Let me just... Ah! It's star-crossed. Fish you! Yes! Okay, I got it. I got it. And report.xyz/valor/ return.txt. So this will likely download a file. Oh no, here we are. Do you see this fucking scroll bar?
Fingers in his ass. Fingers in his ass.
Oh my god.
In his ass.
Okay, what do I do with this? Please enter to the start. Alright, let me just try that.